This is Co-op Chronicles, episode 34.
Did he just meow?
He did meow. His little baby meow. Welcome back. This is Co-op Chronicles, episode 34?
34.
34. As always, I am PintsizedGeisha, and I have Blacklabel.
Hello.
And Azzilee.
Hello.
And today is...
Our favorite video games.
Yeah, favorite video game, underrated or overrated. What? Just underrated games or games.
I didn't know they had to be underrated.
No. It's just like games
This is a game that you want somebody to play.
Yeah, that you want them to play. Like,
because I was like, mine's not underrated.
I want you to convince me to play that game.
I feel like mine's underrated. But that's just me.
don't think so.
I feel like out of all of
At
ours,
the moment it
Azzalee's
is.
is.
No, I feel like at the moment it is. It
Well,
used
at
to
the
be
moment,
cool.
just because a new one is coming out.
Well,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't probably think it's a good series anymore as it used to be. So.
Oh, that's true.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Possibly.
People
are going to be in the comments, I love that game.
Yeah. How are you guys doing this week?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Tired.
How about you? How's bowling?
Man, my hand is hurting. I was so sore yesterday, and then we got to go bowl 3 more today. I'm tired.
Is it 3 today or 6 today?
It's 3. So
Oh,
it should
so
be
it should be
quick.
pretty short.
Fairly quick, yeah.
It was 6
Is-
yesterday.
Is today the last day?
Today is the last day. I hit my... I mean, I wasn't bowling amazing, but I hit my average every game. But
That's
Dad, that man, I don't know why he has so many bowling balls. He'll switch a ball when he doesn't need a switch, and then he'll just start bowling bad. I'm like, why are you switching?
I gotta be right back.
Why?
I forgot to take the hamburger out for dinner.
Oh.
For some reason, you bowling just reminded me of dinner.
I mean,
I'll be
you
right
could wait.
It's not going to be defrosted in time. It's
You think
already
an
11.
hour is going to make a difference?
I'll ask Blacklabel 16 questions while you're gone.
Yes, I think an hour will make a big difference.
Oh, were you going to do yours?
Yeah, we can do mine.
Just talk amongst yourself. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. We'll just talk amongst ourselves.
Okay, first of all, there's this new green Red Bull. It is Karuba and elderflower. It is
Elderflower?
delicious. It's
What
very like
the-
citrusy.
Don't they have a lavender one? Or
I
no?
don't think
a
so.
hibiscus or something?
Oh yeah, a hibiscus.
Honey?
I think so. It's
yeah.
like
Purple.
pear and hibiscus or something.
Oh.
Nectarine, something like that. But there's this pink one called wild berries that I've recently seen in the stores, but they only had sugar free, and I was like, I'm not on the sugar free bandwagon, so I have to find like the regular one.
Uh-huh.
Couldn't find it anywhere. I can't find it at 7-Eleven. Can't find it at like a random convenience store.
You know, I was just at the Safeway, that store, buying orange juice. You know how much the orange juice was?
$3.
It was almost $8 for the Tropicana.
Oh, like the big one, right?
Yeah.
You
And
get
so
both free?
I bought the same size Sunny Delight one. It was like $3.
Yeah, no. I know people always talk about how like, oh, eggs are expensive, and I'm like, yeah, I guess not really. And then I was like, $6 for a dozen?
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's crazy. I was like, yeah, I'm not paying $8 for some orange juice. And then when I was drinking the Sunny Delight, I was like, oh, I forgot how sugary and delicious it is.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm excited. Can you keep it down there? But yeah, I was like, man, make some like vodka or something in that. Oh. But I am not drinking for the month.
Just get that's smart. Tequila sunrises. Just like orange juice, tequila, a little grenadine, a little beautiful drink. Oh, so good.
Yeah.
That's smart though. Don't drink for a while.
So what game are you going to do yours on today?
Say it with me, everybody. Kingdom of Amalur.
Or Kingdom of Amalur.
Which one should we do last week?
Yeah, well, I'm asking. It's a new episode, new day.
Oh, quick before we start with our topics, Sean and I have started playing this game called Play 9. It's a little card game, and it's like golf in a card game. It's so fun.
Golf?
We're gonna bring it next time we come over because we've been addicted. We've played it like 2 days in a row straight. Just, like,
Really?
yeah.
Nice.
Forever.
How long is it?
It could probably take like 30 minutes, for just 2 people.
Oh.
But more people, because you have like 8 cards and you have to like switch cards out for like better card. It's crazy, but it's fun.
Okay.
You gotta try it.
Who wants to go first?
It smells super chill up here.
It smells like eucalyptus.
Can you see it in
lavender.
the
Yeah,
video?
I can see it. I can see it in yours.
In Azzi's?
No, in yours.
Oh, in
I
mine.
can see the smoke.
The little,
There.
what is it called? A
It's over there.
diffuser?
Diffuser. Yeah.
Okay, I can go first.
Okay.
So mine is on Kingdom of Amalur. It's a RPG action kind of game, and I feel like it can appeal to you because it's fantasy. And if you don't like fantasy, I don't know what kind of life you're living.
What are you doing?
So what makes this game really unique is that it's obviously it's like super open world, so it's like expansive world. There's like cultures in the game, so there's like elves, but there's different like types of elves, so there's different cultures within that, and then there's like there's the bad guys, Tuathas, who are technically elves, but like not really. And there's just like a bunch of different little creatures, but it's like beautiful colored world. There's different regions. There's like plains, wastelands. There's forests, and I think like that's pretty fun because it's different like visuals. You're not stuck in like one place. The combat system is very easy, so you can like choose, right? So there's 3 categories. There's like melee, stealth, and then magic.
You're breathing in the mic.
I'm not.
Who is it then?
It could be me.
Oh.
She has to breathe while she talks.
There's smoke. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so melee, stealth, weapon, mage, so magic, and you can decide on like mixing them because you can kind of like mix and match, so you can like be all 3 at once, or you can just focus in 2 categories. You could just focus all of your like point buy into 1 category, so you can like specialize in that. And there's also like different weaponry that comes with these classes, like most games, you know. I personally like to go stealth mage because I like being far away. I don't like getting up close and cozy with people. I don't like close combat. I hate that.
You know what I just started playing again? Cyberpunk.
Oh.
And it's pretty... They did it really good with all the updates and stuff, and I've been playing like stealth pistol. I'm just fucking... People... They don't even know what's going on. I'm just murdering them.
Wait, Cyberpunk is that like player versus player?
No, it's
No?
a PvE. It's
Oh,
all
okay.
PvE.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right. And also, the greatest thing about this game, as a fantasy like nerd, I'm really into fantasy books, and my favorite author is R.A. Salvatore, and he wrote, if you know, he wrote The Legend of Drizzt. He wrote those like books, that whole like series, and he actually helped make this game. So it's like the books in game form.
Man, that game was so good.
Yeah, no, it's great. I highly recommend the books.
I think I would have played the game more if Dakota didn't delete my stuff. Because it kind of like took me out of it. Because I put a lot of time in it.
Yeah.
And it took me out of it. I remember crafting. And I kept trying to craft like this crazy good weapon. And then I finally got it. And then it was gone.
I know, it's disappointing.
Yeah.
But I think that's like a real selling point for me, at least, because I do like that world in the books. So it's just like me experiencing it in like real time. There's multiple DLCs that are included. So like previously when the game first came out, you had to buy them separately, but now they remastered it, so all the DLCs are included in the game, so you don't have to pay separately. It's great.
Is it on PC too, or is it just console?
I think it's just console.
I just saw it on Steam.
Oh, did you? I'll
yeah.
have to pull it
It's
up.
on Steam.
I pulled it up.
That game is good. I might play it actually.
And it kind of helps pace you, because certain DLCs you can only play at a certain level. And then the others that you can pick and choose when you want to do them, so you can like finish the whole campaign and then play the DLCs. It doesn't really impact the story, because the main storyline you're gonna play anyways.
It's called Re-Reckoning.
Re-Reckoning, yeah.
I'm guessing that's like the remake.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Just
game,
a remaster.
Dang, it looks so clean. I
Yeah.
forgot how good it was.
And I think of the times, because it came out a while ago, like 10 years ago, I think, or more.
This remake was 2020.
Yeah, so it came out like 10 years ago, and I think of the time, like the graphics were like so beautiful. Just like I loved the coloring, I love just like the way things flowed. There was obviously like when you are in combat and you use like so many moves at once, it kind of like lags a little bit, but I think that's like okay because it's not really a big name game. So I don't expect it to be like a AAA game, but it's good for what it is.
Yeah, it was really good. I'm gonna add that to my cart real quick.
And like I said, there is like intense character customization. So like you can change your character's gender, your race, and then you can choose like details on your character. You can choose what route you want to go for your like combat style.
Yeah.
And just so it fits your game style, you know, you don't have to. You're not forced to play melee, and you hate melee. I hate that.
Yeah, I played Melee.
Yeah,
I had like daggers. I was like, yeah, it was pretty cool. That game, yeah, man, that game was fun.
It's really fun. I think more
I didn't even
people should
beat
play
it. I never beat it.
Oh man,
Because
Because it got deleted.
Well, because I just farmed. I never did the story, so like I got to a certain point where I was able to just farm and craft. And I mean, I did. I think I was like halfway through, but I stopped, and I was just like constantly grinding materials and then all this stuff and crafting, and then yeah, I never got to beat it. So maybe I'll get it again.
I remember I beat it, and I was I was like playing on the laptop, and I was like playing it, and I kept losing to the final boss, and then finally when I did it, I was just like, I am number 1. Like Mom was around me, and she was just laughing because I was just like, I finally did it. It felt so good because it's like I don't like to farm. I just like to level up like accordingly to the gameplay.
Oh no!
And so I was just like, all right, I think I'm high enough
Can't
level. I can go in here.
Yeah,
I
no.
almost wasn't high enough level.
Yeah, no. From any FromSoftware game, you're all farming. That's all it is. Because
Like-
you cannot progress in the story unless you farm and get stronger.
Like with Cyberpunk, I got to like after like the first act, and that's like you can't do anything, and then second act everything opens, and there's like percentages. So there's like a percentages. There's 3 categories. One's like I'm not doing mine on Cyberpunk, but like one is on like your reputation around everybody to like be like really cool. There's one where like a thing is taking over your body, and another is like I don't know, it's like you're ending the game. So my reputation is like 50%, and then everything else is like 5%. But my level, because cap level is 60, I'm like at 53.
Jeez.
Yeah, so I haven't even done any of the story. I'm just grinding.
There is that kind of game mechanic in Kingdom of Amalur because so you can turn it into so like obviously when you're playing normally, it's everything is like you're in a non-combative mode, but you can change that to where you can fight everything and everybody, even
And everybody dies.
Yeah, and even in the villages, or like there's factions that you can join, and you can turn bad and just kill them.
I feel like Geisha would do that.
Yeah.
And so like you can just kill the factions and just not be a part of them.
I'd kill everybody. Everyone.
That's horrible.
I always want to, but I'm like,
but I need
can't.
this.
No, I'm like, I can't
I'm too
be mean.
kind. I'm too
I
kind.
can't kill them. And I always go the good route because you can go like you. Every time you level up, you can choose like cards as your like future, and you can choose cards that can be bad for everybody else but good for you. And I can never pick them. I'm just too scared. I'm a big baby. I think a really good selling point for this game is that it's the replayability of it is really high because like I said, you can go different routes every playthrough. Like you can choose to be bad and kill everybody, or you can choose to be bad to certain people. Like say I want to kill all the humans, you can kill every human if you want. You're not gonna have anybody to sell you goods, but you can kill them.
Yeah.
Can you steal their goods?
You can.
Okay then.
Yeah, you can totally
See,
steal.
problem solved.
But you can't get caught because then you're considered an enemy of the town and you can never go there again.
Just kill
Yeah.
everybody and come back.
Yes, I mean if you're gonna steal, you might as well just kill everyone.
Yeah.
And this game, I think it's a real hidden gem because I talk about it a lot and I don't hear a lot of people talk about it, which is absurd to me. but that's just because I'm like, it's Ari Salvatore. How do you not know about this game? It's amazing.
Yeah.
But I think you should check it out. You know, if you're really into like fantasy, RPG, action games.
Yeah.
It kind of offers a lot, and you can play it a lot. And
It's a good game.
yeah, but I mean, the downside is that it is only PvE. There's no PvP. You can't connect with friends and play with them. You're just solo. But I like that kind of game, so that's why
There's
I'm
a
into
ton
it.
of solo games that are amazing.
Yeah,
You know?
but if that's your cup of tea, I highly encourage you to look into it because it's really good. It's really beautiful. It's amazing. Good. Like the story is pretty good. You get to visit so many places in the story, and I don't know. It's really cool. I think you should check it out.
Nice.
Thank you
for sharing. I'll go next because I don't want to hear about hers right now because we already know.
She wrote a book on it.
She did. So I'm gonna do mine on Assassin's Creed. It's just 1 and 2, but open world digital history game. I feel like it got to a point where it was like too big. It was like very too complex, and the innovation and everything kind of took away from the game. Like after 1 and 2, I feel like 3 and like Valhalla, the Olympian one, Egyptian one, like all of them, it just kept getting way too complex. And I feel like it blends the historical realism with like your like 1 and 2 with Ezio. Like I don't know if you guys remember Ezio. Like that's when it was like good. Like the first 2 set the bar super high for that game.
Was he the like main character of the first 2 games, and then it's a different character?
Yeah, Ezio Auditor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was like the dude that created the. I'm pretty sure he was the one that created the assassins. If I'm not.
Ezio?
His
Ezio.
ancestor, right?
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. Oh yeah, it was
Well-
his ancestor, and then he found stuff.
Yeah, like you can only like link because you were blood related. Somehow.
Exactly. Yeah. And
Are you sure?
am I sure what?
I can't remember.
What that he created it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he created it. I think it was his
Ancestor?
or something. I just know
Because in
he was like.
Egypt.
Ezio is the ancestor, right?
Yeah.
The real character's name is something else.
Yeah. Like Ezio
So
was the one that
confused.
you played in the very beginning, like as him. But the character that you were was like.
His like great.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure Ezio was even
I'm
like.
so it's so confusing.
It's a lot of lore, I think. in
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like in Egypt, or which one was before? Like chronologically, Greece. The Greece one was before, and now, but even now, the Japanese one, the samurai ones, would be the first in an actual timeline.
I
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't
Like
know,
the
but
samurais
it's
came
but
first, and then Greece, and then Egypt, and then, or maybe Valhalla would even be first. I don't know.
I don't know, but I'm gonna talk about it.
Okay.
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 So Assassin's Creed came out in
Yes.
2007. Part 2 came out in 2009, and that's where like the iconic hype for this game, the franchise, was created. Like Assassin's Creed 1 was revolutionary. It gave us historical tourism, stealth assassinations. You could jump off a building. You were like a little bird, and it was like, ah!
You
You
had the
jumped in a little haystack. And I remember like just going to the very top of some of the buildings and just being up there, and I'm like, wow.
Oh, and then they got like the little eagle.
Because I
thing.
think around that age, around that time, I was like maybe like 16, 17. Wait.
2010.
17, right? So I was like.
I was like 16 in 2010.
Oh, I might have been. How much? No, it was 2007. So how?
2007.
2007, I
You're
graduated.
probably like early 20s.
So I was like 18.
Late.
Yeah, like 19. Yeah, like late 20.
teens.
Yeah, like
No,
20.
I was 18 in
And I was-
2007. And you're 4 years older than me.
No, I was like 20.
I was 18 in 2007 because I graduated high school in 2007.
Was I like 22 then?
Yes.
Oh, whatever.
Come on, listen to what I'm saying.
No, but it was like
No.
it was like Prince of Persia. I don't know if you guys ever played Prince of Persia back in the day.
I haven't.
It was kind of like it was like
Parkour.
an evolution of Prince of Persia in a way. It was just more serious with more immersion. Assassin's Creed 2 introduced Ezio Auditore de Firenze. I don't know how to say his name. And you could feel the excitement because everybody in the community that was like Ezio's whole story was amazing. His family betrayal, his transformation from a noble to a person who's just performing assassinations. It was pretty cool, and it was like in Venice, right? Florence.
Yeah.
In the graphics back then, that was pretty amazing.
No, it was beautiful.
Yeah, like to see the whole town and villages and stuff like that was really amazing.
Yeah.
And the whole role from, just playing as Ezio to an assassin was
Yeah, I think they
awesome.
like depicted the world well too, because it's like you had your nobles, like balls, beautiful like buildings, and then you had like the slums.
Yeah.
The
I don't know.
peasants.
And I don't know what it is about like stealth games, but like you concentrate way more, I feel. Like, because when I play Cyberpunk, at points, I'll play stealth and I'm like super focused. But then sometimes I'm like, I'm just going to go in there guns blazing, not even focused, just shooting people, just don't even care. But I feel like all that stuff with this game created, a thrilling gameplay. Yeah.
I like how you could hide in the hay bales.
After you, or you could grab them and pull them in the hay too.
Yeah, I think that concept was cool.
Yeah. So I want to talk about how the franchise, I think it took a dip after Assassin's Creed 1 and 2. And this is just me personally, because there was Brotherhood, Revelations,
There was a lot.
Assassin's Creed 3, Black Flag. Black Flag was kind of cool, the pirate one. There was Unity, Syndicate. There's crazy
There's so
amount.
many.
Yeah, like Egyptian, there's a lot.
I
Excuse
feel
me.
like the overall story got muddled and lost.
Yeah, I feel like
And it's complex and too much.
What was the goal of him getting sent back in time?
Exactly.
Find something?
yeah, I feel like
Yeah, I don't know.
it was there was like the Templar, and they had what was it called? I can't even remember what the thing was called. It's been a long time since I played it, but there was like was it the Holy Grail or not the Holy Grail, or
It was
like the cup
apple.
or something?
Was it the apple
it might have been the
of
apple. Yeah, it might have been something like that.
It was like there were Adam and Eve,
Mm-hmm.
and then the apple, and then they were trying to, like, they were humans, and then they ate the apple, and it gave them powers, and then they lived for a really long time because, like, the Egypt one, she was alive in Egypt, but then and then she was in Atlantis or something. She had like a trident, and then years later they found her and were able to locate where she was through going through the machine and living her memories.
I think it was called the Animus.
Yeah,
And I think
I
think
it's
the
very
guy's
complex.
name that in the very first ones was Desmond Miles.
Yes,
Yeah.
Desmond.
Yeah, so you
that
played
was his name.
I'm gonna Google it.
That's
So the lore
that
was-
was the
so
the
every time like
real human that went back in time.
yeah, like every time Assassin's Creed dropped, it was like amazing. But if it was like if it was a new area, it's like, oh man, we had to do like the same thing over. But it's basically the same story, just in a different location, like area. So I figured, me personally, I didn't like that. It kind of just fell off. It got more complex with like some of the stuff that you had to do, like the modern storylines with the pirates, or when you're doing other things, like the first civilization and so on. You kind of go into Egypt, and then there's like these Izu people, and you're like, what's going on? Like, where did all my original characters go that I liked playing? Like, you played Ezio, and you're like, oh man, I kind of bonded with him. And then all this stuff just keeps happening, different things. And the gameplay changed too. It went from like stealth to action, where you're actually hitting people, and you have like dodge mechanics, and you have like the RPG numbers and all that stuff with Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla. It was like more RPG mechanic instead of how it used to be. It was more like skill trees, equipment. So I feel like some of that stuff with the game kind of fell off, and people might have not liked that who were part of the original. I mean, the game's still amazing. There was hiccups. Were you gonna say something? Oh, there was hiccups with the Unity launch.
What was it?
I don't exactly.
It was buggy, or it just was late?
It was just buggy, like technically wise. I think there was like some bugs with it, and that kind of messed up the game. Well, like the brand, tarnish the brand a little bit.
Yeah, because yeah, like fans would probably be like, "Whoa, what the heck?"
Yeah.
So I have the lore. I googled it.
Okay.
She's like,
Are you gonna do my story for me now?
Well, I'm just saying, like, what is ask what is the overall goal lore of the game? And you were like, I don't know.
I mean, I know the
Said it was,
overall
like, the
lore.
little thing that they were looking for. So it must have been hidden, right? It was hidden, and they're trying to find out where he hid it.
I think the Templar are trying to get it. I'm not sure exactly
The
why.
Templar was
See,
one
why are
of
you
the
getting mad
bad
at me
guys.
if you say you're not sure?
All right, go ahead. Say it. Do it for me.
So wait,
Okay,
real quick.
so
The Templars are the bad guys.
I'm going to get to that.
Yeah,
okay.
I
Okay.
think so.
So, long before humanity existed, there was the Izu, also known the first civilization,
Yeah.
or those who come before. They ruled Earth, and they were very technology and biological superior and super beings. They created artifacts, the pieces of Eden, to control humanity. The apple of Eden, the staff of Hermes, and the sword of Eden that could manipulate minds, grant mortality, and perform miraculous feats.
Yeah, I think in I don't think it was.
The Egypt one is where you find the staff of Hermes.
Yeah. And then
I remember her
yeah.
with the staff.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Eventually, humans, led by hybrids like Adam and Eve, rebelled against the Izu and stole the pieces. A massive solar flare struck Earth, devastating both Izus and humanity, and a few survivors of the Izus perished over time. So the Templars believe in using the pieces of Eden to impose order and control for the greater good. The assassins fight for free will, opposite the Templars' authorital vision. That's the story.
Oh, yeah.
So the Templars are looking for the pieces to control everyone, and the assassins are like, no, we want free will. We're going to kill everybody and take all the pieces.
Okay. Thanks for.
What was your favorite game of the series?
Yeah.
Probably 2, but I liked 1 just because it was fresh. It was new.
Yeah.
The new one looks really good. I just want to
What's that
play as
one?
a samurai.
Oh,
Yeah.
Samurai.
I don't know if I haven't played it, but I kind of want to play it again, kind of revisit it.
The Egypt one.
No, just like all of them, like maybe 1 and 2 for mostly.
Let's see if it's on Steam.
But yeah, so the reason why I want to keep playing, I have bullet points,
Yeah.
is like the historical tourism. I'll probably play all of them again because I know I have a bunch of them on my Steam. Let's see which ones I have on here. I have Odyssey, Origins, the Egyptian one. Which one is the Egyptian? Odyssey?
Odyssey.
And then I have Black Flag. I think 3 is the one where you
Holy
played like
smokes.
the Native American one.
Oh.
And your like father was like he was part of like Ben Franklin and all of them.
There are 111 matches on Steam for Assassin's Creed.
Oh,
11 titles. So Odyssey, Shadows is the new one, Mirage, Valhalla, Origins, Unity, Syndicate. It's really little. Oh, Creed 2, Creed Revolutions, Creed Brotherhood, Rogue, Black Flags. There's a lot.
Yeah. So whether it's Greece, Egypt, France, I mean, all these games it was like a historical update to you. Yeah, Ubisoft worked with actual historians and experts to make the game in the era, or like the authentic look, to look like that era. So I mean, they're pretty good with it. The gameplay, obviously, it's not going to be like 1 and 2 where it's like stealth in like 1 and 2. Yeah, but each game, it opens up, you know, like if you're looking for Navy combat, which was like Pirates, the Black Flag, or Rogue, or if you want to do like more of an RPG with like the numbers, the equipment, and stuff like that, you could play Origins or Odyssey. The character diversity was pretty amazing. They had like females. They had the native Warhawk, or Native American with the Mohawk in Assassin's Creed 3. Female was in Liberation. I mean, some of the arcs were confusing, but I mean, There was a conspiracy, it brought the game all together, so it's still cool. It's newcomer fresh or friendly. You don't have to like play every game because I guess you don't have to play every game, but like if you do start out with 1 and 2, like the Ezio trilogy, the Egyptian mythology and Origins, like those are like the main games you'd want to do is just like 1 and 3 or 1, 2, and 3, and then Origins, stuff like that.
I feel like playing them in a historical timeline would be best.
Well,
you know, kind of like what you're saying, like start off with. I don't know.
Well, because I'd rather start with like the trilogy, the first 3, then go to like the Egyptian mythology, then the Origins, and then after that you could go to like maybe Valhalla or Black Flag.
As someone who's never played the games, do you get like an intro to the story in just 1 and 2, or do all of the games give you an intro to like the story?
1 and 2 kind of give you like a whole gist of it. I remember like Origins and stuff. Sometimes like your like I forget which one it is. It might have been. I'm trying to think of which one it is, but I recall like you're in a cave and you have like a mobile animus there, and you have like people working with you while you're like trying to find like to pass stuff with like all the Templar and like she said the pieces of whatever.
That's Origins.
Is that Origins?
It's the Egypt one
Where you're in the cave and stuff with people. Yeah, there's like I think there's like like the same people. Like there's a guy with glasses, if I remember correctly. The person that helps you with the animus, but there's like what are you gonna say?
Finish it, and then I'm gonna raise.
No, go ahead.
I feel that if you play the original 3, like the Assassin's Creed 1, 2, 3, you're gonna get more of like the animus and like the modern day storyline. But in Origins and the Greece one, or the Origins, I can't remember the stupid title. The Egypt and the Greece one, you're gonna get more of like how it started, the Izu versus like humanity, and how the Assassin's Creed was built and why they're fighting for it.
I think Origins was the Egyptian one.
Maybe Origins.
Origins is the Egyptian one.
Which one is the Greece one?
You mean the one with Ezio?
No, the Greece one where you're in Greece.
What?
The Greece.
I don't know.
You're in Greece. You play as Greece.
Odyssey.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right here. Your little.
Like those two, like at the time, historically, Odyssey comes first, right? Ancient Greece.
I know.
And ancient Egypt are kind of parallel to each other. So that's as far back as you go, and you're going to get the original story of the Izu and what was happening.
Yeah, you definitely want to do the trilogy, and then
maybe backtrack to like
Origins and
the
then
Origins
Odyssey.
and
Start a
Odyssey.
trilogy, work chronologically afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I was saying, now with Shadows coming out, it's set in feudal Japan, so that predates
I just want
Odyssey and.
But this is why people, because like you're saying, with the rumored future settings of Japan, the feudal Japan concepts that fans, everybody's been wanting a Japanese one with like ninjas and samurais. But I feel like that's the issue with like the whole Egyptian, Italy, Caribbean. Now we're freaking in Japan. Like, what's the fuck? Where's the end game to the game?
Yeah,
that's what. I think people.
Downside.
I think that's why people fall off on the game so much, because it's like
There's
so many.
many.
Yeah, there's so many, and the story gets
Muddled.
lost. Yeah, and the gameplay changes, and you kind of wanted to keep the fucking gameplay and just tell us the story. Because I remember when I first played 1 and 2 and I beat it, I was like, this shit is crazy. Like at the end, you're like, because you kind of like you go from like Desmond Miles to like Ezio, and you're like, this shit's amazing, and then you start getting to the end game, you beat it, and then all this new shit comes out, and you're like, well, what happened to Desmond? What's going on? Who is this person? Like, why am I doing this? What's the story? I feel like that's why I think this game isn't as good as it used to be, and probably why people don't talk or hype it up, because you don't see people on Twitch or YouTube hyping this stuff up or playing it as much as, like FromSoftware games or just like World of Warcraft. Like, you don't see anybody deter. They're like, oh, I can't wait for that new Assassin's Creed. I don't know. That's just me. But
Do you think it's because it's more historical, like you said? So it's like more political intrigue, more
I don't
like
think so.
stuff like that, and other games are like fantasy build.
I don't think that the political side of it is. Where's my bag?
Behind you.
But I don't think the political side of the game is like to that point. I mean, it's just it shouldn't have an effect on people. I mean, some of the stuff is just historical and it's like actually happened. Like they didn't make a Nazi one, you know what I mean? They're not like, is that what you mean? Like
No.
like or like people are gonna be like,
It's
oh, I don't want to
'cause,
play
you
it because
know,
it's
like-
political.
No, because it's like historical and it's about stuff like that instead of fantasy where it's like not real, you know? Because it's more real life versus not real life.
No, I don't know because 1 and 2 was amazing and that stuff was like even with 3 was really good too. And it's like, and that had like Benjamin Franklin, Roosevelt, not Roosevelt, but what's that one guy's name? Paul Revere and shit like that in there. I do think that Assassin's Creed might have struggled with annual releases because of like the convoluted storyline that they took. There was like some technical missteps, but it stands out. It's still one of the most immersive historical worlds, varied gameplay styles, and that magic you feel blending into a crowd when you're just like fucking walking and it does a little
you're
highlight and you're like
excuse me.
yeah, you're like moving with the fucking hood. You know what I mean? I still think that's crazy. Like, how do you not notice that guy with the hood and he's just like, but
Like,
I
hey,
mean,
where'd he go?
yeah. And the gameplay styles changed. And that magic is just like amazing. You know, you're on the cathedral, just looking with the bird, and you jump into the haystack. I mean,
This makes me want to play it, actually.
yeah.
I think it's cool, too. I was like, well, at least in the first two. I don't know how they fight in the other ones, but like how they have it cut off his finger so you can have the blade there.
Yeah.
Inconspicuously.
Yeah. I mean, I played 1, 2, and 3. I played Black Flag, beat that. I played Odyssey, got halfway. I think I played Origins, got halfway. So if you're like me, I mean, I think that the game's worth giving a shot or another shot if you haven't played it. Or another shot if you have, or a shot if you haven't. I mean, you could pick the era that you want to play if you don't care about the storyline, But like I said, yeah, you could stick with it, go with the deep dive. I mean, do you guys want to play it now?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would play. I think the first two sound like interesting, but there's other, like the Valhalla one sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Or the Egypt one. I think anything in Egypt is like really fun and fascinating, so I would probably play that one.
Didn't you play Valhalla, babe?
I started
bought
it,
and you never
and
finished
then I
it,
didn't
right?
finish it. My biggest like about the Assassin's Creed, especially in the older ones like Odyssey and Origins, is kind of seeing what it would have looked like, like seeing what Egypt would have looked like compared to historians and stuff,
Yeah.
So that's why I quite enjoy about it. I'm a history buff. I wanted to be a history professor for a really long time. I want to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I kind of Googled it per timeline, right?
Uh-huh.
So Odyssey deals with the Izu. Origins is the founding of the Hidden Ones, the
Predecessors.
yeah, precursors
Oh.
to the assassins. Those are the bad guys. And then Mirage is the early stages of this assassin's development. Valhalla is ties into Norse mythology and the Izus. I think Valhalla was kind of like a filler. It doesn't have any real key.
Yeah, I never
on
played
the storyline.
Syndicate, and I think Syndicate was kind of like that, where you're just like making up a gang.
And Assassin's Creed 1 is exploration and foundational struggles between the assassins and the Templars. 2 is Enzo's transformation into a master assassin. Brotherhood focusing on rebuilding the Brotherhood and fighting the Borgia. I don't know. Yeah. So there's some in here, like the Valhalla one. It doesn't have. It just says ties into Norse mythology.
I love Norse mythology.
There's no real like story impact on it. But I want to play the Shadow ones. I was just reading on the Shadow ones. You can play as a samurai or a ninja.
Ninja.
And if you play
Ninja.
as a ninja, you like I think maybe for both. It was kind of hard. I didn't understand it. But like you build your base and your home, and then you can recruit people, and you can make an army. You can make an army of ninjas or an army of samurais.
Oh, that's pretty fun.
I think that's how it works.
I
I
wonder
don't know.
how the like recruitment would work. That'd be pretty cool.
I don't know,
You
but
have
it
to build,
says like
so much reputation.
yeah, like you can look here. I'll move it over here. Like you can build a base.
Like a whole little village.
Like a whole little village, and it says like grow your legend as you train your crew, craft new gears, interact with key characters, and choose your base building layouts.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing like you can
it's an
build an
intriguing
army.
game.
It's like they're trying to implement Sims into it now.
It kind of does look like it a little bit.
But I'll be back. You go ahead. I gotta.
Where are you going?
I need to go downstairs real quick and throw this stuff away. But I'll be back.
You just want to skip mine.
You gotta go downstairs too.
I have to go downstairs for food to get dinner ready.
We can talk for a few minutes, like he did.
He's got to poop.
Yeah, I bet.
It's the coffee.
He had a coffee. We're gonna have to delete that out of here.
Yeah, just leave it in there. Everybody poops. There's no shame.
I was just watching this
Everybody's
game
human.
by there's games called The Poop Killer.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
so stupid. But he just like he kills you if you take a poop.
That's insane.
Yeah.
What was that other one you guys were talking about? Like when it was a movie where you sit down to poop and something is in the toilet?
Oh no, it was an episode of X-Files.
Oh.
It was like in a porta potty. This was like back when like this is what started my whole fear of porta potties, how like porta potties lead to like tunnels underneath instead of, you know, how they actually are.
Mm-hmm.
And so like yeah, in the episode you would go into the porta potty and the creature would come out from the tunnels and they would like pull you through the toilet.
Pull you through the toilet
Yeah,
with your
it's
pants
so
down and everything.
scary.
I remember my uncle. I lived with my uncle for a while, and he loved the freaking X-Files. I remember watching it with him when I was a kid, and I was like, I fucking hate this. I was so scared.
It's terrifying.
It's so scared. But I feel like if I watched it now, I would be okay.
There's a lot of really cool shows. Not like kind of like the X-Files, but not really like extraterrestrial. There's like Warehouse 13, there's Fringe, there's other ones that I'm forgetting. Eureka. They're like super cool because they're all like based on science and stuff, and it's really cool. I highly suggest watching them if you haven't.
I want to watch Banshee.
What's that?
It's like I don't know, but the trailer looks good.
Oh, it hasn't come out yet?
No, it's on Max.
Oh, okay.
They said you can watch the full season of Banshee on Max, and it's like this town, and I don't know, there's like super fighting, there's like grim stuff going on, people blowing each other up and shooting each other, and like death and gore and decay, and you know, I like all those things. What are you doing? Oh, you can take them. I probably won't eat them, like you said. Why did you give the cat some treats?
The teeth cleaning thing.
Oh, you want my almonds?
Almonds?
I
just leave them there.
probably won't eat them.
Is it the spicy ones?
No, they kept messing with my bag, so I'm like, they probably want a snack.
They were.
They're gonna get lunch in 25
Mochi's
minutes.
whole head was in that bag at one point. He was
was
very
it? Yeah.
cute.
Okay, I'm here. Tell me what yours is, Geisha.
Hey,
To start.
my game that I chose to talk everybody into playing and why it's so great is Bloodborne. Of course, Bloodborne. And look, I want to show everybody. I gotta hide my name. Look, my book is here. Join our Patreon and you can get it for free. Just joking, we don't have a Patreon. Yeah, look.
Say that shit. Now you get a...
I wrote a book on it. Literally, I had to do it for my technical writing class. See, look. Isn't it beautiful?
It is pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie.
It's so beautiful.
It is very nice. It's very
beautiful.
good. It's very good.
It's true.
So, for my technical writing class, how it started is we had to pick a subject and basically do a project on it. And I picked the base lore of Bloodborne that was proven from in-game. So my book does not cover everything. It covers
It's
base.
canon. All right? This
And
is
it's
all
yes,
canon.
it's all stuff that is proven in-game. But I did have to throw Wikipedia in there because I couldn't find 5 sources. 5 like legit sources. Anyways,
Wikipedia has sources.
yeah,
attached.
but a lot of them are. It's hard to find like proven lore on any FromSoftware game because it's so open and it's not proven. Anyways, so Bloodborne is great. It's still talked about to this day. It's one of PlayStation's greatest hits. It's considered, what did I say earlier, babe, when I was Googling it? It stands out as one of the most celebrated video games due to its unique blend of atmosphere. People still talk about Bloodborne to the day.
I like the creatures.
Yes.
Those are probably my favorite things in that game.
Yes. And it's super creepy. I like it because H.P. Lovecraft is my favorite author. And it's based off of H.P. Lovecraft's writings. It's very gore and dark and eldritch horror, which I like. So the design is beautiful, right? Gothic, Victorian, based off of H.P. Lovecraft. Even like the NPCs that when you talk to them, they're like dredge and mysterious and very like off-putting, I should say, a little bit. So before Bloodborne came out, there was a Dark Souls, right? And Dark Souls games were more of like a defense build, right? You have to play more defensively, while Bloodborne emphasizes aggression. Like you have to be aggressive to beat the bosses, which is something I liked. I never played Dark Souls. Dark Souls because of that fact, because it seems way slower. Does that make sense? Babe, you're breathing into the mic.
Sorry.
But yeah, I never played Dark Souls because it just seemed slower pace than being like that aggression in Bloodborne. You really have to kind of focus on like dodging and counterattacks and being precise. What else is great about it? The story is very cool. I like the story, right? So it's confusing.
What's your goal in the game? Like, what's the goal?
So how Bloodborne starts off is there are great ones, right? There's great ones who are like gods and deities, and they live on a different plane than the Bloodborne lore. So in Yharnam is the city of Bloodborne. So they live on a different plane, and what the people of Yharnam were trying to do is communicate and raise their their insight and their mentality and their mind to that higher existence of the plane, right? To gain that knowledge and to communicate with these gods and the deities and so on and so forth. So, what am I trying to say? So in doing so, they found one great one hidden underneath in the dungeons, right? And it was Herberus. So they found Herberus, which is a great one, and they started like taking her blood and doing experiments on her. And they found that the blood of a great one, if you drink it, or I think you drink it. I mean, I drink it in the game. But if you take that blood of the great one, it heals it heals you, it prolongs your life, it gives you power, it gives you strength, it gives you all these things, right? But if you take too much of it, you turn into the beast.
The beast.
It's called the beast plague, right? So all the humans in Yharnam start turning into the beast plague, and they built this whole church and this whole worship. Everybody worships the blood because it does so much for you. And so in return, the church comes up with hunters, and you play as a hunter.
Okay.
And your goal is to kill all the beasts, basically purge the land of the beasts, kill the threat. So it's kind of like a cycle, right? So the church found the blood, heals people, and then the people turn into beasts, but the church made hunters to kill the beasts. So it's like an endless cycle, right?
Does the church have ulterior motives? Because if you know that after a certain point the blood is going to turn you into a beast, why would they keep giving them blood?
Because the people, it heals everything. The people are sick and dying.
Yeah, but then it's causing chaos, essentially.
But then the church also goes back to fix it with the hunters.
Yeah.
You see how it's like this endless
It's not like
cycle?
So it's like so they want people to like keep their faith in the church?
Even with the knowledge of the blood turning people into beasts, it's not known in the game if the people who are taking the blood know this or not. But it's kind of proven that the church knows. I mean, the church came up with hunters, right? So that's why it's kind of like this endless cycle and this endless hunt, because the church made the beasts, but then are killing the beasts, and the people still worship the blood. Yes, baby.
May I ask a question?
Yeah.
Because you're getting into the story and the depths of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Can you, because I'd never heard of this game until I met you. Can you walk us on how...
Did you read my book?
I did.
Okay.
Can you walk us into how you came upon this game? Like how you got
I
it?
remember
Because I remember you told me the story.
Yeah, I remember. So I was living in Texas at the time, and I was just looking for a game to play. And then I think it was like the internet or something, but I came across Bloodborne, like the game. And I was like, oh, this looks pretty damn cool, right? So me and my friend went to Walmart together to look for Bloodborne. It wasn't there. They didn't have it. So then we went to GameStop, and they had it. And I bought it, and I started playing it. And that's how it kind of all started. I didn't do any research into this game. I just saw that it was a game. It was getting good, like, hype.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, let me try this game. And I remember going to Walmart, and they didn't have it. And then I remember going to GameStop, and they had it. And that's when it all started.
Yeah, to be honest, I know there's like a big niche, or like there's a big group following, all the Souls games. I've never heard of any FromSoftware stuff until I started talking to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
FromSoftware is my favorite game developer by far, hands down.
Like, it just shows, like, people play different types of games, because I never heard of this. But I do like all the FromSoftware stuff now that I've been introduced to it. Because I remember Elden Ring, I just went hard on that game.
And I like FromSoftware so much because, like, they're very dark and hoary and
like
mysterious
gothic-horror.
and gothic, and that's what I'm into, right? I like all that stuff.
And it's beautiful.
And it's very beautiful, and it's very well put. Like, even Bloodborne
when did it come out?
2015.
It's a kind of old game, huh?
It's an old game, but if you still play it, it's never been remastered, it's never been remade, it's never been whatever. It still looks visually appealing.
It's crazy saying 2015.
I know.
Old.
It's old. It's almost 10 years ago, right?
You know you could legally drink now if you were born in 2004?
Yeah.
That's how old I am. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I know.
Isn't it crazy?
Sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're absolutely fine.
But yeah, thank you for telling me how
Yeah.
you stumbled upon this, because you just went into bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
I just want to,
And there's a lot. Like, there's so much.
Why do we want to play this game?
Why do you want to play this game? One, because the environment is dark and hoary.
Horror-esque.
Horror-esque.
Dark, horror-esque, gothic,
Gothic.
Victorian. The sounds in this game is crazy. It's going to scare you. The music alone is very crazy.
I do like the style of gameplay. It's very punishing. So that just means, like, when you succeed in defeating a boss, it's more rewarding. You know what I mean?
Right. But you have to also think it's very aggression based. Like,
Yeah,
you can't
yeah.
sit there and be like, oh, I'm going to block and parry. There is no block and parry in Bloodborne. There's a roll and a dodge. And that's it. And even like the second boss, well, the first story boss, but the second optional boss, because the cleric beast is an optional boss, and Father Gascon is the first story boss. He's aggressive. He's fast, and you have to like.
You know what's
Just
interesting?
be aggressive.
You know what's interesting to me about Bloodborne? So there's Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. To me, like, I watch people play. I don't understand the story. Like, the story didn't intrigue me as much as Bloodborne or Elden Ring.
Yep. And that's like the FromSoftware niche, right? They make up this story. I don't know about Dark Souls. I never played Dark Souls, but they place the story, but they place so many open-ended questions to where you have to kind of connect the dots. I mean, there's a whole what is his name?
Vidavadia.
Yeah, Vidavadia, whatever. He has a whole channel just looking into the lore of Bloodborne and some FromSoftware games.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot.
How long did it take them to make this game?
I don't know. I honestly
Seems like
don't
it
know.
would be like years in the making.
It's beautiful. Like some of the structures. You've watched like gameplay of Bloodborne, yeah? Like it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I might stick around later on because I probably will start streaming it again and playing it all over from the beginning.
You're igniting
The only
her
bad thing
passion.
about that when you
Yes.
stream it is like you get, and I'm not trying to hate on people, but you get those people that will just come in and like, this is how you do this is how you do. It's like, calm down, sir.
Yeah.
I played this game.
This
I
is like-
platinum
Like 3 times already.
Yeah, like I know how to play.
That's
Yeah.
when you kill them with kindness. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for
Thank you so
telling
much
me
for your advice.
how you enjoy playing this. This is how I enjoy playing
Yes.
this.
Yeah.
And if you want to keep watching, you can stay. If not, you don't have to watch.
Yeah.
There is a down part to Bloodborne that I absolutely hate, though.
What's
and
that?
it is the farming.
I feel like the farming isn't that bad. I
to me, it's
personally
pretty
enjoy
bad.
farming
I
in
hate the
games.
farming.
I hate farm simulators, but when I'm farming in games to like level up or increase my power, I will do that shit.
I
clearly never played Stardew
absolutely
Valley.
Yeah.
hate it.
I watched her play what was it, Graveyard Keeper, and she's just digging.
Yeah.
And I'm like, intense gameplay over there. Like that's crazy.
I think it's funny because everyone farms in a certain way, and it's just like so repetitive. Because like when you're watching someone, you're like, "Wow, that looks so dumb," and then they watch you do it, and you're like, "That's dumb." So
Yeah.
people like to farm in different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I hate it. So I'm not that good at Bloodborne. So I need to farm. I need to farm to be stronger, to be, get my stats up, to get my health and my stamina to max because I'm not very good at it. But one thing that I will do is I will farm the whole entire freaking map over and over and over from start to finish, because in Bloodborne when you die the whole map resets, kind of like Elden Ring, right? When you die the whole map resets. You got to go find your damn
Kill the
echoes
mobs again.
and kill them all over again.
Yeah.
And that's one aspect I hate about.
I like that.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate
It's
it.
that's why
I will fall asleep.
That makes you so strong, though.
Yeah, it's very punishing
but I
too.
hate
It just
it.
makes you have to be better. You have to be better.
Yes, you do have to be better. What else did I want to talk about? The lore itself is really good too. I love the lore of the game. So if you play the game and you really pay attention to the lore, it's pretty cool.
One thing I will say about Bloodborne, and I know it's your story, it's one of those games, like, it doesn't tell you where to go.
Yep. It just throws you in there.
Yeah, you have to, maneuver your way through this map with not even knowing what you're looking for. So it's very interesting.
It's very open world.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Like, there's no...
It's not linear. Like, there's no...
No, you could skip. You can go to a boss over here
Okay,
and go
okay.
over here. Like, it's...
I would say that it is kind of linear.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
When I watch people play it, it's like I see them do different things in different orders. So it's never the same.
It's kind of, you can do things in different orders in a sense that some bosses you can skip. Like you
Yeah.
can skip the cleric beast boss and go straight to that's what I was saying. Like the second boss, but the first in like storyline boss is Father Gascon.
Yeah.
Right. You can skip the cleric beast, but there's no way you can get around without beating Father Gascon first to the next area. And then maybe in each area it's more like you can skip around, you can do things in different orders, but as you progress in the story, you have to beat this boss to go to the next area. That's where I think it's more linear. Like it will drive you forward no matter what. You have to beat Father Gascon to get to the cathedral, right?
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. But once you get there, you have that ability to go back to like progress backwards in the map. But you can't go forward without beating this certain person or doing this certain thing. Like you can't get to like you can't get to Rom without beating fucking what's her name? She's in the church. I forget her name. She's a boss. Yeah. And then the NPCs all have storylines. I didn't know that the NPCs all have storylines. Some of them die. Ellen.
It's a great
Ellen dies.
game.
It is a good game.
Can you explain character building?
Yeah. I don't think you really have a. Yeah, you explain
do.
it. Explain it.
Yeah. So
Let the expert
Yeah,
talk about it.
I'm
Sorry,
shutting
sir.
up. I'm
Sorry.
shutting up. Yeah.
I want Blacklabel to play Bloodborne and to stream it, but he never does.
Because I don't have a PlayStation.
I have my old PlayStation in a box downstairs.
Yeah, I don't want to like hook everything up
It's
again.
because he's scaredy. He's a scaredy cat.
I'm afraid that I will be so great at this game that you will never play it again.
I will always continue.
Or what
to play
if
it.
he fears that he'll become obsessed with it like you?
me?
What if I fear the old blood?
That's what it says. Fear the old blood. So character leveling. You are a hunter, right? Like I said, you're a hunter. You're trying to kill the beast plague, the curse of the beast. And every time you kill a beast or kill a human that is turning into a beast, you get echoes. And then you go back to the hunter's dream. So the hunter's dream, again, is this different existence. It's this different plane. And how it works is that one of the great ones, the moon presence, rules over the hunter's dream and is bound, what's his name? Gurman, the first hunter, to this parallel land universe. And what it does is the great one who has power lets the hunter die and be reborn and die and reborn and die and reborn. And it's a safe haven for the hunters, but it's also a way of control because the hunters, the great ones, they have no real physical form in Yarnum. So what they try to do is they manipulate the humans to do their bidding. And the great ones, the moon present, the great one that rules over the hunters, their quote unquote goal is to kill all the other great ones. So they are controlling the hunters into dying and being reborn to go out and kill all the rest of the great ones and all the beasts. But so you go, you kill, you get echoes, and you come back to the hunter's dream. You talk to the doll, and the doll gives you more health or strength or whatever you put into it. See, it's very intertwined.
It's an amazing game.
It is.
Why do you want us to play it?
I want you guys to play it because I think it'd be fun to watch you guys play it and to just love something that I love. Because I can't talk about it to anybody that much in depth. Nobody appreciates it the way I appreciate it.
She needs someone to talk about it. That's where
Clearly.
you come into, Label.
I'm like,
you need to play it so she has a companion to discuss things about.
Yes. Well, I will admit that I didn't know so much about it I knew the basic concept of it, but I learned a lot more of it recently because I had to write the stupid book. And that's where I really
it's not
took
stupid.
a deep.
It's actually pretty cool.
It was stupid doing it.
Yeah.
I took a huge deep dive into learning everything about it because it was actually in my class you have to write what you would do on your final project, and it was just a proposal, right? So I thought, okay, I can change my mind, and it was late. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna pick Bloodborne. Bloodborne seems really cool. Wrote a paper about it, and I thought that we could change it later on. For some reason, it didn't click in my head. Proposal, right? Proposal. And then 2 days later, my teacher's like, okay, this is what your project's going to be about. This is what you're going to do. This is your requirements. And I was like, fuck, I picked something so vast and so huge when I could have picked how to bake a damn cookie.
Yeah.
It could have been anything.
That was a good topic, though, because it is so vast, there's so much to talk about. It gives you so much content to expand on.
Yeah. And my professor did ask to use it in her examples for next class. I was like, okay.
See? It was good.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for sharing.
Good topic.
Yeah. If you want a copy of my book, join our Patreon.
We don't have a Patreon. Please stop.
Maybe we should make one.
Please stop saying that. Because then you're going to have to somehow get books. Don't say that.
I could print them. All I got to do is change my name.
You just need to make a YouTube video and then you have a whiteboard and there's all these little pins on the board connecting to each other and then just explain it.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, Yarnum. And then you're like, hunters. And they're like, the old
Oh,
ones.
I have that. Look. I made a connection map.
Oh, see? She already has it.
I don't know if I'm holding it right.
Yeah.
A connection map.
Yeah.
The base lore of everything. And then on the other page, it explains everything of how they're connected. Like, Cerberus, daughter of the cosmos, was found and worshipped by the choir. Odin is impregnated Queen Yarnum. He's a father to Murgo and guardian and guarded by the Thumerians. The moon presence created and ruled over the hunter's dream, bound Yarnum, the first hunter. The Pytheriums are guardians of Odin. Queen Yarnum ruled over the Pytheriums, impregnated by Odin and mother to Murgo. See, it's all listed right here.
It's all right there.
It's all right here.
Yep.
If you want something to like deep dive into,
That's-
Bloodborne is your game.
Yeah.
Bloodborne is the game to do a deep dive on.
100%.
Well, I think any FromSoftware. Like Elden Ring would be a really good one to go down the rabbit hole in, but it's just too big. It's way too big for me to go down the rabbit hole. I feel like Bloodborne was very compact, very linear. It's kind of a short game if you think about it. It's not as big as Elden Ring, and it's easy to like, this is the whole story. It's done. It's neat. Has a bow on it. And Elden Ring is like, you need 5 whiteboards. Like they're still trying to break it down.
Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I was like, oh, I should have done it on Halo. I love Halo. It's not underhyped, though.
You do love it.
I love that game. Halo 5? So good.
Yeah. All right. Well, that wraps it up.
That wraps it up.
Those are our favorite games.
Why don't you guys share
Yes.
your favorite or underrated or overrated game?
Please.
Whether it is overrated or underrated.
Yeah.
I'm looking for games to play.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I would like to play something too.
Yeah.
Actually.
Oh, I forgot. So my coworker, he recently told me, he was like, "Hey, so I heard you really like Stardew." And I was like, "I love Stardew." And he's like, "There's this game called Soundfall. It's not anything." I personally was looking at gameplay, and I don't think it has anything to do with Stardew. But it's like like in combat, you can use weapons, but you also use like the beats of like a song to help your attacks. And it looks pretty fun. It looks
Really?
yeah, like the graphics.
That seems complicated.
It looks so cute though. It's
Yeah.
like very cute. So I like them too. It looks pretty fun.
Look at this game it's called Little Witch in the Woods. It's in
Oh, yeah, this
early
game
release
looks
right now,
cute,
but look
man.
how cute it is.
I've seen gameplay of it already.
Yeah,
It
and
looks
look,
really fun.
She's even like flying on a little broom.
I know, it's so cute. I like anything that's just like very like chibi-esque. It's so cute. I just like the visuals.
It's so cute. I'm thinking of playing it, but I have so many games I have to finish.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up.
sorry.
Okay.
Thank you for listening. As always, this has been
I gotta
Co-op
go bowling.
Chronicles with
Oh, that's true.
PintsizedGeisha, Blacklabel, and me, Azzilee.
Bye. Bye. You still got plenty of time till bowling. It's only 12.
He wants to like get ready.
Yeah, I gotta stretch, take some Tylenol.
We gather round the mic, tales of knights and dice, gaming worlds collide, hobbies come alive. Azzilee and Geisha chat, Black Label's where it's at. Movies and stories told, secrets to unfold. Co-op Chronicles, come and join the ride in a world where fun resides. Co-op Chronicles, hear the stories, feel the vibes. Lo-fi beats, they flow, Chronicles. Come and join the